Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new Texas Lottery $10, $50, $100, or $500 ticket. This is part of the September 2023 series of tickets, and it is a number match game, and you are looking for one symbol as well, which is a money bag for an instant win. Now here on this page, we are looking at the prize structure and odds that the Texas Lottery put out on this game. The odds are really crazy hard, 1 in 9.43 to find a winner on this ticket. So get ready to lose a lot on this. Prize structure, pretty simple. You can win $50, $100, or $500. And you can see the odds here, so nothing too crazy stands out as far as odds go. Also, one thing that I do note on this $10 ticket is that there are no prizes over $5,000, which means no taxes are going to be taken out on the prizes here. And I always kind of pause on a ticket like this because when there is no tax taken out for any of the prize amounts on a ticket, I think it's a good opportunity for a state to, in good faith, say to its customers, say to the people who are playing these games, hey, we don't have to take any money out in taxes on this because there are no prizes big enough. So the money that we normally would take out in taxes, we're going to give to you. And so I always think it's interesting to see if a state, has the integrity to do that or not. So we'll see if Texas has the integrity to give the people the money that normally would be taken out in taxes or not as we go through. So when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in at an even 70%. So 70% exactly. And that is the bare minimum for the payout of a ticket that we look for on this channel. So I guess I can't complain if it meets the minimum. So we'll see how this compares to other tickets as we go through the video. The other thing that I will mention is that this payout does include all of the top prizes and, it's hard to talk about upper mid-tier prizes, but it does include all of the top prizes. And it's a little weird to talk about, the top 1% and bottom 99% prizes on a ticket like this. But I think this one will work out to where it is worth talking about. But it does include all of the top prizes, which are really tough to hit. Not too many people hit those top prizes on any ticket, really. So not too many people are going to be seeing a 70% payout on this game. And so what we really want to know is what's the payout going to be for the average folks with average luck who may not be lucky enough to hit the top prizes on this ticket. So in order to do that, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that payout's going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes does happen here at the $100 prize. So every single one of those $500 prizes are top 1% prizes, which means they're tough to hit. Not many people are going to be seeing those $500 prizes. So if you're just a average person with average luck, when you win on this game, which is going to be rarely, you would expect to win $50 or $100. The $500 is going to be really tough to hit. And they're at the $100 prize level. It's basically all of these $100 prizes, just a small, a little bit less than 100% are in the bottom 99% of prizes available to all people, whether your luck is good or not. There are a few, though. There's less than 0.5% that do fall here in the top 1%, so they would be included with the $500 prizes. So these are all top 1% prizes. Top 1% prizes are really tough to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting a top 1% prize, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point over two spaces to the right, and the odds of hitting a top 1% prize are about 1 in every 943 tickets. That's better odds than the $5,000 prize because there are a few of these $100 prizes included in that. So that's what makes the odds better here than they show up, on the prize structure. So 1 in every 943 tickets would have a top prize on it, or a top 1% prize. That means, you're in almost $9,500 before you would expect to see one top 1% prize. So, obviously you're not playing a bunch of these. These are like this type of ticket. I think there is a time and place to play them, but it's definitely not one that you would want to play a lot of. I mean, it's like, every now and then you would play one maybe just to see if you can get lucky and beat the odds here, but definitely not one that you would want to spend a lot of money playing. So we are going to subtract out the value of all the top 1% prizes, recalculate, and figure out what the new payout is going to be. And when you do that, we get a bottom 99% payout of between 64 and 65%. And this is quite a bit above the 60% minimum that we look for. So this is going to be a ticket, even though the odds are bad, the average person is going to be seeing a little bit more back on this ticket than they would on a typical ticket. Now here on this page, we are tracking the increases and decreases in Texas $10 tickets. And so the data point for this ticket is all the way over here on the right. And we can see there was a pretty big increase between the last ticket that came out, the $500,000 winnings, and this one. So we got quite a bit more value in this ticket. It's several percentage points, over 3 percentage points more value. It doesn't quite take the top spot, but it does come very, very close. And it does have a higher value than almost every other $10 ticket that we've seen. So it looks like Texas, even though the value is not great, the value is a little bit more than what you would normally see for a $10 ticket in Texas, which means maybe they put the money that they normally take out in taxes, maybe they were able to put some of this in the ticket and give it to the people. So, good on Texas for doing that. But up here in green, you can see the best ticket in every category. So for Texas $10 tickets, for overall value, you would be wanting to play the Instant 1000 ticket. If you're looking for best odds, you would want to play the 50x crossword. If you're looking for friendliness to the average person, money in the bottom 99%, this 50, 100, or 500 ticket would be the one you would want to play. And then if you're more of a high roller and you want more value when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, that Instant 1000 would be a ticket that you would want to play. And then over here, we're keeping track of top prizes as well if you're interested in that. Now here on this page, we are ranking Texas $10 tickets based on overall payout. This new one, 500, 100, or 50, 100, 500 is in second place overall. So not a bad ticket, but if you're wanting to play for like a jackpot, you would probably have to go down here to the third place ticket, the 50x cash word. Now here on this page, bottom 99% payout, again, this 50, 100, or 500 ticket at the top of the list, and I forgot to change the numbers here, so I'll have to go back and do that. But yeah, this one is a little bit more friendly to the average person than normal $10 tickets in Texas. Now here on this page, we get to compare $10 tickets across states. And yeah, even though this is a relatively competitive ticket in Texas, it's definitely not competitive when you start looking across states. It does beat New York, what New York puts out for $10 tickets. But once you start getting, to California, Georgia, Florida, Massachusetts, Texas tickets just really aren't competitive. So, I wouldn't be playing $10 tickets in Texas just because the value's too low. There's so many other states where you could, find somebody on social media and go in on a book or something. But definitely Massachusetts. We have to consider Massachusetts because they're at the top of the list. Massachusetts is regularly putting out $10 tickets at 80% payout. That's more than 10 percentage points above what Texas is giving its people right now with this ticket. And, when you think about the money that goes into just one game, you're talking about millions and millions and millions of tickets at $10 a pop. You could easily be over $100 million just for one of these games. And when you're talking about 10 percentage points, that's like over $10 million that the Massachusetts Lottery, just for one of these games, is putting in the hands of its people, that the Texas Lottery is just sticking in their pockets. And so, I always ask the question, why would a state do this? Why would a state, put out a ticket that's more than 10 percentage points less than what another state's doing. And when you ask that question, there really is no good answer. Um, I really think Texas should have to answer it. I think somebody with authority should ask the Texas Lottery why this is the case and see what their answer is, because there is no good reason to do this. I guarantee you that if the Texas Lottery gave an answer for that, it would be a bunch of BS. It has to do with the way they view their customers. It has to do with greed. Yeah, I mean, there is no good reason for why a state would be so far below what other states are doing. Now, here on this page, this is where we compare across states for the bottom 99% payout. And here, this ticket, the Texas ticket, is more competitive. It is more friendly to the average player than what we normally see for $10 tickets. So it is competitive there, but you know, you're not really playing for a jackpot with a ticket like this. Now, here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets that we've looked at so far on the channel. There are some $10 tickets on this list, so it is possible to make it. Unfortunately, 70% payout is not nearly enough. And the one thing that I do want to point out is that you see some $5 tickets on this list. So, you know, Texas should be hugely embarrassed, you know, when you've got $5 tickets from another state that are it's not even close. They're like almost 7 percentage points more valuable than the $10 tickets coming out of, you know, another state. That's a huge embarrassment. I mean, Texas minimum should be putting out $10 tickets at 77% payout, so that they're more valuable than these Massachusetts $5 tickets. It's just unreasonable for a $5 ticket to be worth more than a $10 ticket from another state. And then here on this page, the top 36 tickets based on bottom 99% payout, 64% is good enough to make this list. So this new $50, $100, or $500 did make this list. So, you know, again, very friendly to the average player. And that is it for the Texas Lottery $10, $50, $100, or $500 ticket. I wouldn't touch it. It's the value is just way too low. It's not competitive with hardly any other state besides New York. So Texas, you have to do better. If you live in Texas, this is unfortunate for you. If you just really love $10 tickets, I would suggest you know, finding somebody from Massachusetts and going in on books with them until Texas can get their act together and put out some better tickets, which you deserve. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.